Hello, let's continue our advanced Sudoku series with Blue Morpho by Philip Newman. So this is starting chapter 2 of the Sudokult Gospel puzzle pack and document, which you can find in the description if you want to go through that yourself. I'm going through the puzzles slowly myself and making solve videos of them, and the idea being to explain the presented techniques and to explain where to find them. So this is starting chapter 2. Chapter 2 is called Wings, Rings, and Other Things. So we may still encounter wings, but we also might encounter rings and other things. Who knows? And other things that rhyme with that. So for full disclosure, what I've decided to do, and I can always adjust further based on feedback, but I am going to continue to do live solves. If the live solve fails, like I just can't figure it out, I will cut out as much time as needed where I was figuring things out, and then I will explain the technique. And where it's found. But hopefully I will be able to find it live. And one thing to assist me with that, to be able to find that live, is I know what technique I am looking for, and I also know how it works. So that'll be true of all the puzzles moving forward, where I will know ahead of time what the technique is, and I will also know how to explain the technique. So I prepped that ahead of time, but I don't know where to find it in this puzzle specifically. So hopefully that's a good compromise for you guys. I want to make sure when I live solve it, I am actually teaching the technique that the puzzle is intending to teach. So, yep. And of course, this is going to be a long series, so I can always adjust as we go. We'll see how things go. Puzzles are only going to get harder from here. And so, yeah, hopefully these are nice learning opportunities for both of us. Because I'm interested in learning also, real time with you guys, how to find these techniques in advanced Sudokus, because we'll build up strategies together and we'll figure out what works and what doesn't, and how to notate and all that good stuff. So, yep, that's my spiel for today. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. Okay, let's just get started by scanning normally. We do have 2 6s looking in, but there's no 6 looking up. And in these puzzles, I am not going to mark 3 in a box because I want all my corner marks to represent some kind of bilocal. And they're going to get a bit crowded because they're also going to represent bilocals in rows and columns when I find them. We do have 2 8s looking in though, and this 8 looks up. So we do have an 8 in one of these two. Oh, wait, sorry, we can place the 8, even better. So we can place the 8 there. Let's see, what else can we do here? I'm not seeing any other repeats. Do we have any crossings of note? I feel like this 7 would be good. No. All right, I'm not seeing anything else to do up here, so let's move on to the next band. We do have 2 5s looking in here, so there's a 5 in one of these two. Oops, one of those two. 2 9s looking in, so there's a 9 in one of those two. Oh, this 8 looks down, so there's an 8 in one of these two. It continues to look down along with these 8s, so 8's in one of these two. And I guess we should note, because they're like this, these are also bilocals in the columns. So that's pretty nice. I don't think I need to color those or anything. Sorry, what was I doing? I was doing this band. We got the 9s, we got the 8s. 7 is no good. 2s maybe? No. Okay, I was scanning this column and I actually noticed that we have this 9 here and this 9 here, and that does create a bilocal. So let's mark these 9s. Wait, there's a 9 in the column already. Oops. All right, well, that was a bad scan. I mean, let's think about what this column needs. It needs a 1, 3, 7, 8. Are there any bi values in there? Well, this sees 1 and 3, so this is only 7, 8. 1, 3, 7, 8. This can't be 3. This is 1, 7, 8. Okay. In fact, 3 is limited up here. Okay. These can't be 8, right? Because we know the 8's down here. So these are from 1, 3, 7. Okay. I'm only gonna mark bi values and bi locals in my first pass at least, because I do think that's what we're going to be looking for in this puzzle. And then we can always go back and mark other things. I just noticed we can place this 4, so that's nice. This 9 looks up, so 9's in one of these 3. I'm not going to mark that, but it does point down, and 9's over here. Okay, so we're not marking those. I don't think they're helpful right now. But I guess it's important to note that these aren't 9. Does that help these? Like, does that make any of these bi values? Let's see, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this can be a 1. It can't be 2, 3, 4. Could be a 5. can't be 6, could be 7, can't be 8, and can't be 9 because we have the 9s pointing up here. 157. All right. Despite what I just said, I am going to keep that just because it seems like I want to bake in that we can't be 9 there, but maybe not helpful. We do have 2 1s looking in though. So 1's down here. Did I finish up here? I feel like I kind of did. Well, we do have this 3 looking up and this 3 looking in, so 3's in one of these 2. That points in with this 3. We don't have any 3's vertically though, so we're not going to mark that. These can't be 3 though. So this seems to see a lot, actually. It sees 1, 2, 3, could be 4. It sees 5, 6, could be 7. It sees 8, could be 9. Darn, okay. I thought I found a buy value. 4, 7, 9. Okay, I'm seeing this 9 sees these and this 9 sees this. So 9's in 2 places here. So let's mark that. If we finally get our first color, that's green. Green means 9's in one of these 2. Anything else going on with... Let's just... did I scan this properly? We have 2 4's, so we can place this 4. Okay. Those 2 placed 4's, do they do anything? Okay, so there's a 4 in one of these 2. This 2 looks in now. 2's in one of these 2. And 2's in one of these 2. Okay. So this is not 2 or 6 or 4 or 8. How many digits is that? Let's see. This can't be 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be 5. It can't be 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we found a buy value, 5, 9. And it is suspicious that this buy value is connected to a buy local. Same with this 7, 8 is a buy value connected to a buy local. So these are the kinds of things we're probably going to be needing to look for. Oh, this 4 looks up, this 4 looks in. So 4 is in one of these 2. Okay, anything else horizontally to do? This 6 looks in, so 6 is down here. Yeah, okay, we actually have a hidden 2-6 pair here, because this 6 looks in. There's a 6 down here. Basically, this 6 looks down. Yeah, okay, that's even easier. Because I think it places the 6. Yeah, so we can place the 6 and the 2. Okay. So what's this? What's left over here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 5, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to mark that because, oops. This is down to 7, 9 only. I don't think we want to mark this one. Wait, this one can't be 9 though. What does that do to 9s? Oh, 9s in this row are actually in these 2. What am I going to do about that? We'll make them purple, I guess. Okay. How's 9 do it? 9 is here. We knew that. I just didn't mark it. How about this box? It's down to a triple. We have 1, 2. We need 3, 5, and 9. That's not a 9. We have another buy value here. Does 5 do anything special? No. 5 can be up here. And here. And here. Okay. Okay, does that finish the horizontal scan? Maybe not. Let's look at this row. 2, 3, 5, 9. So this is 2. This is not 2 or 5. So this is 3, 9. Okay. 2, 3, 5, 9. This one's not 5. This one's not 3 or 5. So this is 2, 9. This one's just not 3. So this is 2, 5, 9. I'm going to start penciling some of them that seem interesting because I think it'll help later in the solve. But all right, let's look vertically now. We have all the 8s here. Anything with 9, 5, or 7? No. Wow, there's nothing to really see here, is there? It's kind of like this top band had nothing. So we're probably focused in this area, if I had to guess. But anyway, let's look at this stack here. Can I do anything here? The 2? Let's see. We have 6, 7, 8, 9 up here. So the 6s are done. The 7s. Okay, the 7s look in. Yeah, there's a 7 one of these 2. 8s. Yeah, these 8s look in. So there's an 8 in one of these 2. Those line up, but we already have the 8. Okay. This has a lot of corner marks in it, and this has none. Okay, what is this then? It could be 1. It can't be 2. I guess it could be 3. It can't be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Oh, so it's only 1, 3. Nice. Love getting buy values. Anything else vertically here? The 2s. The 2s look up. That places this 2. Does that do anything? It puts a 2 in one of these 2. So these 2s look in. This 2 looks in, so 2's in here. We're getting very marked up here. A lot of basics in this one. Let's see, what else can we do vertically? Is there anything else to follow up with 2's, though? Not really. Okay. This cell is missing the 2 and the 3, so it can be 1. It can't be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be 7 or 9. Oh, not 9, actually. This 9 C's here. Oh, does that mean I can mark the 9s? And yeah, that means I can mark the 9s here. This is a hidden 2-9 pair. I missed that. All right. This is 1, 3, 7. I'm going to mark that just because it kind of completes the box there. And then we already looked vertically here, didn't we? We need 1, 3, 7, 8. It can't be 3, so it's 1, 7, 8. But I'm not going to mark that right now. I know I'm being weird about which ones I mark and which ones I don't. It's just kind of instinct. It could be bad instinct, but there we go. I'm trying not to clutter this too much, but I feel like I've already failed at not cluttering this too much. We do have these 2 5s looking down, so we're going to clutter this further with 2 5s there. What else do we have going on here? So 4 is 4 a that 4, that 4, that 4. 4 is in one of these 2. What color do we give that? Blue, I guess? Is this column interesting at all? 6s are in these 2 in this column. Okay. What else can we find here? Eight's in this row. Yeah. Because this 8 takes it out of these, this 8 takes it out of here, and this 8 takes it out of here. So 8's in one of these 2. So let's use orange for that. Huh. We know 8's are here. Can we do anything with that? This has a lot of bilocals. It's got the 4, it's got the 7, and it's got the 9. I feel like the 9 is going to be interesting here. Is there something with 7s in this column that I didn't notice? No. I'm trying to see if there's like this bi value has a 7 vertical, but it doesn't really. Is there like something with the row for 7s? Yeah, this row actually. So this 7C's here, this 7C's here. So 7's in one of these 2. And I'm running out of colors, but we'll use yellow for that. Okay. So this feels like our technique here. So let me look at this to make sure it's right. And I'll tell you a few ways to look at this. We'll get technical first. Actually, why don't we not get technical first? Why don't we do the non-technical explanation first? I don't think these 4s have to do with it, so I'm going to get rid of the blue for now so that we aren't confused by the 4s. But remember that the green is the 9s, the purple is also 9s, the yellow is the 7s. This isn't a 2-7 bi value, is it? I don't know if it needs to be. No, it doesn't need to be. So here's what I'm thinking about. If we're kind of use this as kind of a pivot-ish thing. It's not a wing, it's a ring. And the technique we're looking for, since I'm about to show you it anyway, is called an S ring, for what it's worth. Rings are interesting because they can cause a lot of eliminations if you find a ring. Basically, in this case, it would be a 4-cell ring, especially the even length ones, the ones that have an even number of cells involved. It's not really the cells involved, it's the links involved, but we'll go over it. Let's do this carefully. So, but instead of me thinking about it and then showing you, let's think about it together. We're thinking about if this is 7 or 9. And the reason we're thinking about that is it has a huge effect on the other connected links that we've got here. So let's start with 7. If this is a 7, then now in this row, this has to be a 7. And now in this column, this has to be a 9. So 7, 7, 9. That's kind of what we're seeing there, right? 7, not 7, 7, 9. Now the other option is this is 9. And now if this is a 9, because of the by value here, this becomes a 5. And notice we do have the 9s in these two, right? 9 is one of these two. So if this is 7, sorry, if this is 9, that becomes a 5, which uses up where the 9 could have been. Or basically, we don't even have to care about it becoming 5. If this is 9, this isn't 9, similar to how that one wasn't 7. So if this is 9, that's not 9. So this becomes a 9. And then that becomes a 7. So there's only 2 worlds that exist for how this resolves. Like it resolves all of the cells in this ring. Well, it doesn't resolve this one, unless this is a by value, but we don't care about resolving this one. What we care about is resolving this cell, because, and then also some other effects that we'll go over. But let's go over I'm going to plunk them. So if this is 7, then this is 7, and this is 9. So we get the 7, 7, and 9. The only other world is this is 9, in which case this is 9, and this is 7. Isn't that interesting? So how could this ever be 4? Basically, you can think about it this way. If this were a 4, then that becomes a 7, and that becomes a 9 by our bilocal links, and this has no value left. So that's kind of the ring and how the ring works. So the first thing we can do is we can eliminate the 4. I'm not going to do any eliminations yet, though, because let's notice a few other things. What else happened in this world? When this was 7, this became 7, and this became 9. And so we have a 7 in this column. We have a 7 in this row. Well, we already know the 7's a strong link in the row, so that doesn't matter. But we have a 7 in this column, and we have a 9 in this column. So think about those 2 columns. The 7's in this column and the 9's in this column. The other case is this was a 9, which makes this a 5, which we don't care about, but it does make this a 9, and this a 7. And look, we still have a 7 in this column, and we still have a 9 in this column. So in addition to saying that this can't be 4, we can also say that none of these cells are 9, and none of these cells are 7. Now these ones already couldn't be 9, so that might not be as important, but really we can eliminate 7s from all these cells as well. So let me go over how this works technically. Let's use our AIC terminology. If you want to learn more about AICs and all of this stuff, actually, you can look up, I'll link that video again where I talked with Philip Newman about AICs, alternating inference chains. And also the previous video in the series, I will link that as well, where I went over it. So I'm going to assume you know a little bit about that, but I will give you a little crash course to start with. And also I realized I was using the programmer negation, the exclamation point, and I should have been using logical negation. So I'm going to try to draw it that way this time. But anyway, we have weak links and strong links. Just as a refresher, a weak link says A implies not B. And again, you have to deal with my mouse handwriting here. That's a weak link. And a strong link says not A implies B. So you can see how strong links are stronger because eliminating a single candidate gives you another candidate as true, whereas this one just says, if this candidate is true, this other one's not true. So that's strong and weak link there. Let's keep those up there. Since we have that kind of scratch space, we're not going to use it. So I draw weak links with a single line and strong links with a double line. It's not equals and minus. It's just the way we draw the lines. So let's draw what strong links and weak links we've actually got here. So we've got a strong link between these 7s. We also have a weak link between these 7s. Notice that these cells, this cell here could be 7, so it's not a strong link. But we have this weak link between 7s. We also have a strong link between the 7 and the 9. We also have a strong link between these 9s here. But in this case, we are probably going to want to use it as a weak link. So I'm just going to draw that as a weak link, where we have a weak link between these 9s here. I picked this 9 just because I think it'd be cluttered if I drew it from this 9 when I really should have. But anyway, we do have a strong link between these 9s here. And then we have a weak link between the 9 and the 7, which I'll just draw between the corner marks. So notice how this does make our ring here, our loop, whatever you want to call it. So an S ring is also a special case of a continuous nice loop. But anyway, it's kind of like the naming scheme for it is S wing is when you have this strong weak. You remember wings always have 3 strong links? We'll count them. We have 1, 2, 3. And then these would be the 2 weak links for our wing. But because the wing starts and ends in the same cell, like because this cell is kind of reused as the start and end of our wing, basically both pivots are in this cell, kind of, if you think about it, then that makes it a ring. And you have this extra weak link that's working between those candidates. So the S wing turns into an S ring, and that allows us to do some really cool stuff. So if you think about it, when you've got this strong, weak, strong, weak, strong, weak that comes back, that's called a continuous nice loop. And when that happens, all of our weak links turn into strong links. And you can then do deductions based on that. And the reason is because you can go both directions. So you have not just that, let's start with this 7 here. We have 7 has a strong link to, actually we should start here. I think starting here might be the easier way because that's how I explained it before. So we can say that we're going to start with the strong link. So 7 has a strong link to 9, which has a weak link to this 9, which has a strong link to this 9, which has a weak link to this 7, which has a strong link to this 7. And we're back to and then the 7 has this weak link to the starting 7. So we're back to the start. So the way you can kind of draw this if you want, if we can write this out, I'm going to actually use my text tool here. So we've got, what did I just start with? I started with the 7. 7 has a strong link with the 9. And we're going to say that that's happening all within the same cell. So we put a parenthesis around that to say, hey, that's in the same cell. And then we have a weak link to a 9, which has a strong link to another 9. And normally we'd write the cells out. Which has a weak link to a 7 within the same cell, which has a strong link to another 7, which then has a weak link back to our start. So we're just going to end with that weak link there. So we can kind of just transpose it there as well. So because it's a loop, because it's a ring, we can actually go in the reverse direction too. And so we can say that instead we can start with the 9. We can start really anywhere we want and form the same chain. And so Philip explains it way better in the video. But when you find a loop like this and you can count, let me see if I can actually remember exactly how this worked. I did refresh myself, but now that I'm sitting and explaining it, it is a bit harder to find a great way to explain this. But we can go forwards. We can go 7, strong link to 9, weak link to 9, strong link to 9, weak link to 7, strong link to 7, weak link back to this other 7. Or we can go backwards. We can say 9 has a strong link to 7, which has a weak link to this 7, which has a strong link to that 7, which has a weak link to that 7, which has a strong link to the 9, which has a weak link back to our original 9. And so if we ended up looping back with a strong link, that would have been problematic. But basically, if you think about it, the one of these 7s ends up having to be true. And one of these 9s ends up having to be true. And one of these 7s or 9s ends up having to be true, which is kind of what I described earlier. So again, I'm trying to put this logically into words as best as I can, but let's think about the opposite. Let's think about the opposite. So let's say neither of these 9s or 7s were true. Then what would that actually mean? That would mean, okay, 9 is not true, which means this 9 is true. which means this 9's not true, which means this 7 is true, which means this 7's not true, which means this 7 is true. So if we make 9 not true, it forces this 7 to be true, so we can't have them both not be true. That's a strong link. We have now said that between these two, this has to be actually strong as well. And we can do that to any of our weak links, these two 9s here, right? So and we can go the other way as well. If this 7's not true, let's do this first. If this 7's not true, this 7 is true, which means this 7's not true, which means this 9's true, which means this 9's not true, which means this 9 is true. So we have this exact not A to B relationship between the 9 and the 7 and the 7 and the 9. So this is a strong link. We have proven that this 9-7 is a strong link, in addition to being a weak link. This 7 to this 7, we could prove that as well. So we can say, hey, if this 7's not true, we can go to the right, and we can say, well, if the 7's not true, the 9 is true, this 9's not true, this 9 is true, this 7's not true. That makes this 7 true, which makes this other 7, which is back to our start. This makes this 7 true, and we just started with this 7 not true. So if this 7's not true, this 7 is true. And then if we say this 7's not true, we can then go to the left. We can say, hey, this 7's not true, so this 7 is true, so this 9's not true. So this 9 is true, so this 9's not true, so this 7 is true. So this 7 can go to the right to prove the strong link to this 7, and this 7 can go to the left to prove the strong link to this 7. So every single weak link becomes a strong link. So let's draw that out. That's why I'm going to use another color here so that we know which ones we actually changed. So let's use this blue color here. So this weak link becomes a strong link. This weak link becomes a strong link. This weak link becomes a strong link. So what is the consequence of that? Well, it's going to be what we already found. It means that this cell's not 7, which I don't think is going to be too important, but it means that one of these 7s is true, which means none of these other 7s in the column is true. These 9s were already a strong link, so we don't care about that. This 9-7 becomes a strong link, which means the 9 is true or the 7 is true, which means this can't be a 4. So we'll eliminate the 4. That lets us place this 4 and this 5 and this 8. That lets us place this 4. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, was there... I think this not being 7 is really the only other consequence I can think of. And this is not 7. Okay. So we'll just try to remember that one of these 7s is true. But I think this is enough. So I'm going to clear out all of my drawings here. And yeah, this isn't 8 anymore. Sorry, need to be able to... There we go. I was in my drawing tool still. That's not 8 anymore, so that makes that an 8. So that's not 8. Okay, so this strong... Okay, I had that strong link on 4s. That was resolved. These are not needing to be colored anymore, I'm pretty sure. We had this strong link on 7s. Okay, what else did we get here? This has 3 left in this row, so we need a 1, 3, and 6. Okay, I'll just mark that out. I probably should pencil this and this, because they can't be 7 anymore. So this can be 1, it can't be 2, it could be 3, it can't be 4, 5, 6, it can't be 7 because of our S ring, can't be 8, could be 9, okay. And then this cell can be 1, 2, can't be 3, 4, 5, can't be, or could be 6, can't be 7 because of our S ring, and could be 8, 9. Okay. I'm thinking that's all we get out of that, but hopefully that's enough to finish this puzzle. I still have this strong link on 7s, I have this strong link on 9s, I have this strong link on 9s, so... Placing this 4, did that help? How about this column then? So we need a 1, 3, and 5. This bottom one's not 5. Over here we need 1, 3, 5, 8. I missed something. 1, 3, 4, 5. Ah, the 4 in this box goes here. This is from 3, 5 only, actually. How about this column? We have 1, 2, we need 3, 5, 7, 9. This is not 5 or 9, so this is 3, 7. This is from 1, 3, 7, 9. Not a 7, so it's 1, 3, 9. Not a 3 either. Okay. So the 1 is in one of these two, for what it's worth. How about this box? This box needs a 1, 2, 6, 7. This one's not 2 or 6. This is only 1, 7. 1, 2, 6, 7. This is any of those. Oh, it's not 6 actually, because of the 6 there. And this is 1, 2, 7, 9. It's not 7 or 9, so this is only from 1, 2. I feel like this 4 must be key. This 4 is really the big thing we got out of this. Did we have a weak link that we were using? No, we didn't have a weak link here. The weak link was these 7s. So I'm thinking maybe we should. Yeah, I was thinking whether we could eliminate anything from this cell, but I don't think so. How about over here? We need 1, 2, 3, 6. It's not a 3, so 1, 2, 6. All right, this puzzle still has some bite to it. These 2 3 5s are the same digit for what it's worth, because it needs to go in this box somewhere. All right, I probably just need to scan more. Maybe 4s are key. Yeah, we have all these 4s looking in, so we can place that 4. 4s are done. Okay. Does 4s being done do anything? What about like 7s? Maybe 7s are restricted now somewhere? 7s are down here. Maybe that's key. I didn't get these 7s here. Maybe it's because I didn't have the 4. Maybe I just didn't see it. But these 7s look over, so that's not a 7. And so 7s in one of these 3. Interestingly, these pointing 7s eliminate one of the 7s that I got from my weak link. I really feel like this 4 was the key. Getting this not to be 4, so this had to be 4, that felt key. I think I've said that a million times now, but I'm trying to think out loud here. What have I missed? 2's one of these 2? Does it have to do 2's somehow? No. Yeah, I don't see 2's being anything interesting here. We need 1, 2, 3, 5, 9 here. I mean, this isn't 1 or 5, so this is 2, 3, 9. Five. 5's one of these 2. Seven is one of these 2. So 7 in this box is here. I guess I might as well mark that. Two, 9, 1, 5, 7. I feel like I already have marked what I need. That's my feeling. That's why I'm going over it again. But maybe I just haven't marked something important. Maybe I should just rescan. Okay, well, I'm going to actually step back and I'm going to rescan all of the bands and stacks. So the 6s still are just up here. That's not helpful yet. The 7s maybe? No. 5s? No. All right, how about down here? We have the 9s. This is all just penciled already. Down here maybe? Okay, I think I just have to think about what these are. The box needs 2, 5, 6, 7, 9. Like I don't see why penciling that would be helpful. This one's not 7. Oh, these aren't 2 at all. So we should ignore 2. We need 5, 6, 7, 9. So this is only from 6, 7, 9. This is only from 5, 6, 7. And this is from 5, 6, 9. Because of the 7 there. Okay, well, that's not helpful. Did I miss something about this S ring that was important to notice? Or am I just missing a basic? I'm probably missing a basic. How about this row? This row we need 1, 2, 3, 7, 9. That's not 3, 7. That's not 9. So 9s look in. 9's in one of these 2. One, 3, 5. 1's over here. 2's? No. Our 8s are not done, but I have this cornered 8 here. When did that become a single 8? I don't know, but that's an 8. That finishes our 8s. What did that use up? 7 or 8. Okay, so 7's over here now. I don't really see that doing anything. We're down to this 137. I don't know how I missed that so long. Maybe I should go over my corner marks here. We've got 1, 5, 7 limited to these cells. Yeah. Oh, this 3, 9 pair gives us the 2 and the 5. How am I missing just such basic stuff? It's because I'm too marked up. That's not a 2. 3, 6, 7, 9. This is not a 9. 3, 6, 7. Is that not enough? 6, 7, 9 triple means that's not a 9. So we're left with 1, 3, 5 here. I don't need these 7s here anymore. 6, 7, 9. So 9 is up here. Really don't want to mark all that. 1, 3, 1, 5, 5, 7, 7, 9, 3, 9. This is crazy. It's all bi values and they don't resolve. We haven't resolved our ring yet, which is crazy. Maybe because there was something I was supposed to do with it. I don't think so, though. I think I caught all the weak links. Let's see. These two are the same digit? So we need a 1 and wait. We need whatever this 1, 7 is down here, but that's not important. Probably just, yeah, this is a 1, 3, 7, so that's not a 1. That's not a 1. Go left with a 2, 6 pair. Interesting. So the 3 is here. That doesn't feel important to me. In fact, I don't want any of these corner marks. Well, I'll keep it. 2. Wait, we need a 1 in this row. 2 places for it. Darn. We need 1, 2. I mean, it's so many things. 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 9, 8. No, I have the 8. I think I said 1 too many digits. But still, that's so many. 9 in this row is in 2 places. Maybe there's something else I need to find here. Well, I only have 3 cells left to mark up, so I may as well do it, right? Probably not the greatest thing to do, but this cell seems limited. It can be 1. It can't be 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so it could be a 1 or a 6. Darn, that doesn't make any kind of thing. I don't know the best way to mark this one. How about this one at a time? This can be 1, it can't be 2, could be 3, can't be 4, could be 5, or 6, or 7. Like I don't think these are worth marking. Maybe this one? It can be 1, 2, 3. Already not great. 4. Okay, it can be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, it isn't these. 8s and 4s are done. I don't want this to be a failed live because I feel like I've basically finished the puzzle. I found what I needed to find. Maybe there's just like a Y-wing or something hiding somewhere. I should look. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of these colors. And I'm also going to get rid of the corner marks that are, well, I guess I could just, yeah, I'll get rid of the corner marks that were specifically for our strong links, our bilocals. Okay. So I'm gonna just highlight our bi values here. I'm gonna see if I can find anything with that. It's my go-to here. All of these are bi values. We should be able to find something. Oh, we also have 2 here. There's a lot. Almost everything's down to bi. I don't know about almost, but a lot are down to just bi values. A lot of pairs going on, like the 3, 9. So what we're looking for is like probably just a Y-wing or something like that. Maybe an XY chain. just to finish this puzzle. There's probably might be something easier to find, but I have not seen it. What about one is one of the, oh, this column claims one's one of these two. So these can't be one. This can't be one either. So one's one of these two. So this is not a 1, it's not 2, it could be 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Everything's penciled now. I don't think this helped. Did it? No. Well, actually, this row, one in this row is now only here. So these ones claimed, taking one out of here. So now this can't, now this has to be one for the row. So that's 3, that's 5, there we go. That gives us this 3. We're finally getting progress, at least. Yeah, this resolves. 5, 9, 3. 7, 3, 1, 9. That's a 7. That's 9, 7, 1, 5, 3. That's 1. That's 7. That's a 1. All right, let's clean up a little bit. This isn't 7 anymore. In fact, this 7, this resolved our S ring, by the way. I don't think I need any of these colors anymore. Let's just clean these up. Ah, wait. This was a single 6? Okay. That's a 6, that's a 5. We get the 3. That's no longer 6, that's no longer 3. All right, I don't need these corner marks. Okay, we'll get this 9, this 2, 6, 1, 2, 7, 3. Okay. 2, 1, 6, 7, 6, 9, 46, 47 minutes. All right. So I think the lesson here, which I knew, is that when you're looking for advanced techniques, sometimes you miss the more basic ones. Happens to everybody. So these claiming ones were extraordinarily important, and I'm not sure how I would have. Yeah, and I was just so marked up that something like that gets very hard to see. So that was almost harder than spotting our S ring, but I knew I was looking for an S ring, so that helped. But anyway, let me know how you liked this solve. I definitely went through my thought process quite thoroughly, and hopefully I did a good job explaining the continuous nice loop logic, because I think that given that rings are going to be a thing in this, when you form those rings/loops, you end up converting weak links to strong links. So I'll try to explain it again in future videos if you didn't quite get it this time. Also, I can try to explain things in the comments as well, but also Philip Newman does an amazing job explaining it. If you look at the related video little info thing, it will be in there. And yeah, of course, if you enjoyed this, then why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.